One thing interesting I found was the age criteria. It's so flexible when it comes to Canadian Armed Forces. I know some of the armed forces throughout the world has age restriction. Like you reach a certain threshold when you're young, you can no more think of joining armed. When it comes to Canadian Armed Forces, it's so flexible with age. If you could give some insight into the age one can join in, and when it comes to gender, right? Are the physical standards same, or depending on what they're joining? How does it all?
Yeah,
If it is
great
not too
question. So
complex.
I'll talk about the three minimum application criteria, which is age, education, and citizenship. So for
Yeah.
age, it's a little bit different for the regular force and reserves, because reserves is just part-time. So you can join while you're still in high school, because it's evenings and weekends. We don't want people dropping out of school to join the military. But if you're a full-time high school student, you're completed grade 10, you can apply to the reserves at the age of 16. If you want to go full-time to the regular force, then you have to be 17, and you also to be completed grade 10. So minimum age is 16 for reserves, 17 for regular force. The maximum age is the same for each. We have retirement at the age of 60, and they want at least an equal number of years of service equal to how many years to gain your training. So for most occupations, the cutoff point then is going to be 56 or 57 years old, so that you have a little bit of training and then a little bit of years of service. But yes, you can apply to the Canadian Armed Forces up to the age of 56, and even in some cases, maybe 7. So you're right that it is quite flexible for age. For education, the minimum requirement, as I mentioned, is grade 10 complete. For some occupations, there are higher education standards, and they're specific to each occupation. That's the minimum general requirement. And then for officer positions, for leadership role, you have to have a university degree, a bachelor's degree or baccalaureate. And then in some occupations have specialized degrees, obviously, that are related to the job to be performed. But some general officer occupations will just say any baccalaureate degree is acceptable. I will also mention for the reserves, again, because it's part-time, you can join the reserves while you're still in school, is that we have an entry program called the Reserve Entry Scheme for Officers, which means that as long as you're enrolled in a degree program, even if you haven't completed yet, you can join the reserves as an officer. And then the last one is citizenship requirement, and that has recently been expanded in 2022 to include permanent residents. So we're very happy to share and to announce that permanent residents are now eligible to apply to the Canadian Armed Forces.